If this happened all the time in court, none of us would be trying to get out of jury duty. From the foul mouth to the flying defendant, these court cases quickly went off the rails. And I'm here to break down the courtroom chaos. My name's Erik Hamlet, and this is People Are Crazy. This is Taylor Shabusiness, and yes, that's really her name. She's been accused of assaulting a prison sergeant and is getting ready to go through her latest trial in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Turns out assaulting people is Taylor's Shabusiness. Okay, cool, got it. Anyway, watch this. Look closely at Taylor's eyes as she sizes up her prey like a tiger in the wild. It's kind of look my wife gives me when I say, I'm sorry, honey, I wasn't listening to anything that you were saying.
Hey!
Only difference? My wife doesn't then do this. Yeah, you saw that correctly. Shabusiness, out of nowhere, attacks her lawyer, Curtis Yolka, before being taken down to the ground, held down, and removed by 6 different court officers. I just love the look on Yolka's face here. He looks like he's not even shocked by it. It's the same look that your dad gives you after he catches you stealing one of his beers. You're just like, kids nowadays. And what was Yolka doing in that moment that got her so angry? Nothing. It was literally just discussing basic procedural stuff. Maybe she was just bored. But it does make sense that he doesn't look shocked, because get this. This isn't even the first time she's done this. See, back in 2023, Shabusiness attacked a different lawyer during a different trial. Now, if you can see here, she actually does a good job of using her elbow to get the first hit, but she makes a classic mistake. She misses the lawyer's head and instead hits him in the shoulder. That's a rookie move, you ask me. You always want to go for that dome. But what's impressive to me is that the lawyer seems to get her off of him all on his own. The officer basically comes in for a last-minute assist. The lawyer clearly doesn't skip arm day at the gym. But the real MVP of the video is the one lawyer across the room who does not react at all. The guy next to him just saw a mouse. He's not a fan of mice. This guy, he feed the mouse some cheese out of his hand. He's not even worried. But this shows a clear pattern with Shabusiness, and it made me start to question what kind of person actually does something like this. I mean, it's not like she's like a murderer or something, right? What? Thank you. 1 sec. So it turns out she is a murderer. Yeah, so in 2022, Taylor and her boyfriend, Shad Therian, smoked meth, which is always a bad start to a story. They then had sex, during which she, strangled him to death, but the story doesn't end there. She then proceeded to dismember his body and leave the body parts in various areas of Therian's mother's home. Okay, that is the wrong way to go about redecorating a home. That is pure nightmare fuel. But it does make this moment make a bit more sense if I'm being honest. But what if I showed you guys another video where someone put their hands on a lawyer? Only this time, the judge ordered it. In Albany, New York, 2 men, Paul Smith and Daquan Orrington, are about to be sentenced for the 2024 drive-by shooting that killed 30-year-old Javon Ward. Obviously, emotions for the victim's family are going to be running high. Here's what the victim's mother had to say.
God, one day, God is going to get you. One day, he's going to really wake you up.
That's absolutely understandable. What comes next? Not so much.
I know exactly why you're action man.
Okay, tough crowd. Looks like everybody's a little riled up. Maybe we should just settle down and... Oh no, things got worse. Mayday, mayday! Now let's break this down for a sec. So you can see here, we have a family member of Ward going on the offensive and getting in a shouting match with Orrington. So that's when you have these defensive linemen, court officers, coming in and stopping him from getting any more yardage. And if you listen closely, you can hear that there was almost another fight. Thankfully, Judge Thomas Marcelle finally steps in before it gets any worse.
Everyone sit down right now. Anyone who is standing will be out of this courtroom and not permitted back in.
He sounds like my dad yelling at me and my sisters during family road trips. Everyone in this courtroom needs to sit down and shut up or no one's going to Disneyland. I will turn this car around. Eventually things calm down and it's back to business as usual. Paul Smith was sentenced to 21 years in prison for manslaughter, and now it's time to sentence Daquan Orrington. But before Orrington could be sentenced, his lawyer, Tim Berry, was given the opportunity to speak, and he treated it like it was the Senate floor.
Our political system has left communities throughout this nation with no resources. We have a country that glorifies violence as the autocratic billionaires seek to take control and destroy the Constitution.
Yeah, it's like 4 minutes of this. Like, am I watching a court case or am I watching a filibuster? And look at Orrington's face here. He's trying so hard to hold back from laughing. He's probably thinking, man, just send me to prison. I didn't sign up for a civics class. By the time Barry mentioned the war in Gaza, Judge Marcelle was not just calling off Disneyland, he was taking away the iPads.
You are done.
I'd like to speak a little bit further.
You may not.
Judge,
You may not.
the federal
You may
government-
not.
The federal
You're being
government
contempt-
is seeking to silence.
Okay, I'm seeking
people
this
throughout
on you.
this
And just like that, Barry managed to become the second person to be thrown out of court that day.
I am speaking my word.
Come on.
You can silence college students and lawyers. The federal government can assault the First Amendment.
At that point, Judge Marcelle decided to call it a day and just delay Arlington's sentencing because people are crazy. He even goes on to apologize to Arlington for his lawyer's actions. Yes, the judge had to apologize to the guy who killed someone. That's wild. But that's still not as wild as this classic courtroom crash out. This is Deobra Redden, and here he's being sentenced in Las Vegas on one count of attempted battery causing substantial bodily harm. At this point, Redden has already served prison time for previous violent offenses, but he's adamant about trying to do better in life.
If I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now, and I feel like I should be given a shot.
But Judge Mary Kay Holthus thought differently.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history.
And what happens next is honestly one of the wildest things that I've ever seen caught on camera in a courtroom.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court
Yes, you saw that correctly. Redden suddenly became Rey Mysterio and launched himself over the bench to attack Judge Holthus. Can we talk about for a second how far Redden was from the judge? Look at this wide shot. This man had to get over his own table and then find enough speed to become Superman. Also, take note of how far the court officer is. There's no way he was gonna catch Redden in time. By the time he's anywhere close to Redden, he's already mid-air and practically over the bench. And look at this, there are 3 guys holding him back and they are struggling. Redden is truly a bad man. His fists are pure fury, which is why I like to offer my new service, Erik Hamlet's Courtroom Karate. For a small fee of $99.99, you too can learn the best moves to keep you in the courtroom and out of the hospital. Just drop the promo code OBSESSED down in the comments below for free shipping on your order that will never come. So, good news. They did manage to pull Redden off of Judge Holthus, and for the most part, she was okay. But then what happened to Deobra Redden? Well, he only made things worse. Not only did he get 19 months to 4 years in prison for the initial battery charge, but he was also sentenced to 25 to 65 years in prison for his courtroom attack. So if you ever find yourself in front of a judge, don't attack them, or your lawyer, or anyone else for that matter. But let us know in the comments below what crazy crime topic you want us to cover for next time. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. I'm Erik Hamlet, and remember, people are crazy.